Being seen is terrifying. It's uncomfortable, it's vulnerable, and it's exactly why you need to do it. Because if you don't, you're gonna stay hidden and you're just gonna watch other people live the life that you wanna live while you're just sitting on the sidelines. But here's the truth, getting over your fear of being seen is the only way to step into your power. When I look back at my childhood, I realized like shyness just took over a lot of it. And my great grandma loved me so much. She took such great care of me and she supported me in ways like trying to put me in like cheer training camps and gymnastics, and she would watch me perform Camp Rock songs over and over and over again. Like, my nanny just really helped me feel seen and she was a safe space for me to express myself. But whenever I got into the real world, I quickly realized like I felt like I was just in the shadows, but at the same time, I also felt like I was in the spotlight 24/7. So growing up biracial, I grew up mainly around my white family. I was raised by my white great grandma. Um, but I just always remember like developing this hyper awareness of just how different I was because of how the outside world would make it so aware to me, and it also just wasn't really explained to me in a proper way when I was younger. So I was just very aware of just how different I looked whenever I was in a room with the rest of my family. And sometimes, even if I wasn't with the rest of my family growing up in Arkansas, sometimes you're the only person of color in a room. So I felt like every time when I was younger and whenever I would try to put myself out there, like I felt foolish or like stupid, um, because of the way like the reactions that I would get from kids or from other adults. And I realized in my childhood I was really letting a lot of people's projections and stereotypes make me like second guess myself and make me more like reserved and kind of shut off from the world. And even as a teenager, whenever I really wanted to start doing YouTube, I let like a friend know, and his reaction was just pretty negative, and it made me scared of just judgment and just scared of rejection. And that fear really held me back until I found ways to overcome it. Also, sorry if like I keep looking over here. I know the camera is over here, but I don't know, I just want to look at the middle of my phone, I guess. One of the biggest things that helped me get over my fear of being seen is actually when I was at a Juneteenth event, and I was like walking with my friend, and they have like those tents that they set up like at the park for people like the businesses and stuff, the local businesses. And I didn't see like the string that's connecting the tent to the grass, and so I literally tripped over it, and the guy that was inside the tent was like, he thought it was hilarious. And I just kind of realized, you know what, I am a fool sometimes, and it's okay that I can laugh at myself. Like, it's okay to joke, and you can literally move on. Like, I just had to realize, like, who am I really? I had to ask myself, who am I living my life for? Like, am I living my life for me, or am I living it for my mom, for my friends, for a teacher? Like, at the end of the day, if I don't put myself out there, I'm going to be the one that suffers. Therapy also helped me a lot too, and I'm a big advocate for talking to the right professional, just not any professional, but the right professional that can help you, give you the right tools. Um, that has been so helpful within this journey for me. And another big shift was just accepting that people are looking at me. I realized that I look at other people all the time. And that thought of people looking at me used to terrify me until I became a server. And it's like I'm literally talking to so many different people every day, because that's my job. And being a YouTuber, being a content creator, I was literally checking my analytics the other day, and I saw that people were watching my videos in France, Australia, India, And that is just so crazy to me and so cool that people all over the world can see you, but it's also scary because of that thought that like people are perceiving me. And even as a server, it's like my money depends on people liking my service. So people are watching for mistakes, you know, being a server, being a content creator, or just being a regular person. Like there are going to be people who are going to laugh at you or not agree with you, or you know, just say something negative, because those are the type of people that they are. But I know that I don't want to live a performative life just to please those people, and that shit is exhausting, and people will take advantage of that. You post the video, if you start the business, if you take the picture, if you go on stage, there's a guarantee that there are some people who may give you crap for it. But if you don't, guess who's going to give you even more crap for it? Probably yourself. Also, people don't care about you as much as you think that they do. I think that sometimes we really just get into our heads and we create these scenarios, but the people that you think are judging you, they may just be zoning out, or they may be admiring you. Sometimes people's judgments are actually like jealousy and someone being envious. So I mean, either way, they're probably not losing sleep over you, so I wouldn't be losing sleep over them. Some practical tips to help you get over the fear of being seen is to actually start putting yourself out there. And you can start small. I suggest that everyone do this. I did this a lot more whenever I was single, but now that I'm in a relationship, like I have a person to like do more things with. But just going to the movies alone, going shopping alone, going like to go grab an ice cream cone and just sitting by yourself at the park, watching the birds, or watching like, you know, just people watch. That forces you to just spend time with yourself and sit with your thoughts and just realize like your opinion is the only one that matters. Like when you realize like, okay, I am the only one who's going to be with me all day, and like these are my thoughts that I'm having, these are my beliefs, these are my morals, my values. That is what matters, and that is what you should hold above everything else. I used to go to the movies alone all the time. It was one of my favorite things to do. Like you can get as many snacks as you want, whatever snacks as you want. You don't have to share. You know, you can buy whatever seat you want. You can just kind of relax. Like you're cool, you're chilling. I don't mind doing things alone, especially like when I did live with my great grandma. She was older and I didn't have that many friends, so I was just very used to spending time alone. And you know, even in high school, I spent a lot of time alone too. Yeah, I've had a lot of time to, you know, experience myself and learn how to express myself in different ways. And another different way to help you build confidence in being seen, especially if you want to be a YouTuber. You don't have to post this publicly, but if you don't want to be a YouTuber, but just vlog yourself, start filming yourself, you know, just a day in the life, or maybe give yourself some advice, maybe just do a venting video and then watch it back. Just get used to seeing your own self. You can even practice this by talking to yourself in the mirror and saying positive affirmations. That's another one of my favorite things to do. One thing you're going to have to do is really reframe your mindset on cringe and how you view being cringy. There's some of the most creative and popular people are also sometimes the most cringiest. And a couple of people that I can think of, not saying that these people are cringe, but like taking like Quinn Blackwell or Emma Chamberlain, like they have done some things on the internet that some other people may be like, oh, I'm not doing that. But it's like they did it and they're the ones who are succeeding, and they have an audience and people love them because they're real and they're authentic. And those people who, like, there are people who literally have no talent at all, but they just have the courage to do stuff. and they are rewarded for it. Meanwhile, they're the ones who are just sitting in fear and watching other people live the life that they want to live. You guys have probably heard about this on TikTok or Instagram, but inner child work is really important with this too, because I think a lot of my fear of being seen really stems from childhood. And so what I did is, like, for one, I talked to my therapist a lot about my childhood, but I like to keep, like, just pictures of, like, my of my younger self around. I mean, you can carry it like in your wallet, or you can just like leave it in your bathroom on your bedside table, just like something that you can reconnect with, like that reconnects you with like your childhood. And I just, like, whenever I'm like filming a video, or and I start to feel self-conscious, or if I do a certain hairstyle and I feel self-conscious, I think about like how my younger self would have felt, and like just thinking about my younger self feeling just shy and embarrassed really makes my heart break. And so I try to be confident and be courageous and do the things that I wanted to do now for my younger self. Another thing that I will do is I will journal about the times that I didn't feel seen, and I will just tell whatever version of myself, what they need to hear. Like, when it comes to like people not really understanding my experience, like, I try to give myself grace and compassion and that love that I didn't receive. Who are you, and what do you stand for? Like, you really got to define your morals and your values and your boundaries, because when you're solid about these things, it doesn't affect outside judgment as much. A lot of people that are judging you are also people who are just projecting their insecurities or their fears onto you. There may be something that you're wanting to do that someone else wants to do, but they're too scared to do it. So they're going to try and make you feel like you can't accomplish it, or it's not a good idea. And if you let those thoughts control your life, you're going to get nowhere. And I really believe in you guys. Like, I know that we can all like accomplish our goals. And the fact that you want to be seen should be enough validation for you to truly go for it. Being seen helps you connect with the right people, and it brings opportunities. It helps bring you growth. So yeah, that's really all I have for today's video. But until next time, it's your girl, Mini Trees. And just remember, guys, trees, no leaves.